What's happening, YouTube? What up? What up? What up? And we're back. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Erastus from Garment Creations, and on this channel, you get tips and tricks to amplify your heat printing business. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. I would appreciate it if you can join the Facebook group. It's called Fire Up the Heat Press. So that's Fire Up the Heat Press on Facebook. And on that group, you can drop your work, ask questions, just talk to people doing this full time or as a hobby. Again, Facebook.com/Fire Up the Heat Press. What's up, y'all? What's going on? Happy Thursday. We're back. Another day, day two, live. We're still working on, actually, yesterday's order we did was the first, was a different order. Today, we're doing these rest in peace shirts. Okay? Rest in peace to my little homie. But this was a big order here. This one was 300 pieces. And we got about 30 left, y'all. 30. I got about 30 more. Look at them. Like, there's shirts everywhere. Like, the whole couch is almost filled up with shirts. There's shirts on the table. But we've pushed through. We're almost there. So I'm like, let me finish this thing off strong with some YouTube. What's up, y'all? Go ahead and smash the like button one time. Let's get this show going. Let's go. Frankie, what up, Frankie? It's going good, man. It's going good. Hey, Jesse. Blessed by the best. That's it. All right. Blessed by the best. What's up? Appreciate y'all for jumping in. Go ahead, share this, tag somebody, tell them, yo, E from Garment Creation is in the building and he's live. Come on with your questions. Get some tips, get some tricks. Okay? Super quick before we get into just flowing and working. We got a few more things to do. Just want to invite you again. Check out the website, garmentcreations.com. We do have sublimation paper there, GC sub. We also have sublimation prints. We print it, you press it. You feel me? Now you can actually order some shirts on there if you want some like graphic shirts and all of that. All those things are happening. You can upload your own artwork. There's a lot happening, right? We're trying to build that online presence on the store for a little more things. Let me know in the comments where you're joining in from, Drop your city and state down below. I'm up here in Levittown, PA. All right. Anybody else in the tri-state area, let me know what city you're in. But that's what we're doing. And again, this order here has a mixture of shirts. So it's like none of these shirts I'm using I've ever used before. This is a brand, and I actually like this shirt. If you take it way back, for people that's up in the East Coast, upstate New York area, they're like, back in high school, we used to rock these shirts right here. This is where it was getting a white tee from. It's like the New York tees. You can tell like the collar is much thicker. But I like this shirt. Like it feels really good. Like good cotton, good quality, nice and soft. But customers brought all these shirts in from New York. So there's some V-neck, there's some lady shirts. It's like they just went into the wholesale store in New York. They're like, I want all the white shirts you got. And they just started pulling shirts from everywhere. There's some baby shirts. There's all types of shirts over here. But meanwhile, we're still going to be working these out. Like I said, I got about 30 left, and there were 300 pieces. So, and I'm using the 3G opaque paper. Same thing we used last time. Somebody asked, like, yo, bro, like we see you've been doing DTG. How come you're not doing this order with DTG? First of all, I'm super new with that machine, and I trust my process with this paper already. So until I can figure out that machine to do large orders and figure out like cost effective, like is it really cost effective for me to use DTG compared to these 3G opaque for large runs, right? And yeah, how much time was it gonna take? All those things went into factor of why we're using inkjet paper today to do these one-off funeral shirts. Okay, so 3G opaque has always been my go-to. Check out the channel. There's tons of content on this paper. How to get great results with this. But meanwhile, that's what we're doing. I still have 2 heat presses running today. And I wasn't in as early today. Today I was in here by 5 o'clock. I walked in like 4:58 or something. But nevertheless, I want to know in the comments, how are y'all doing? What are you working on today? I see we got folks from Toronto. We got Alabama. We got Indianapolis. I know we got more than 10 of y'all in here, so I need to know where everybody else is from. So I'm just load them up right quick. Load them up. I'm going to load up both of these. Loading up your shirt straight is a very key part of this process. Keep printing. We got Louisville, Kentucky. Louisville, Kentucky in the building. And now with V-necks, you know the trick with applying V-necks, guys. I get the question, like, yo, how do you line up the V-necks? What we need to understand is a trick with V-necks, right? Like, is this a V-neck? Yeah, it's a V-neck. It's not too deep, but the V-neck itself already has like a drip, right? So it's already about like 2 inches down from the collar already. So instead of just like forcing it or trying to do the 3 to 4 finger down here, if you do a 3 to 4 finger right here on the V-neck, your logo is gonna be too low. Okay, so what I do on V-necks is 2 things. Usually just bring it right up to this point, right there, or sometimes just an inch, like a half an inch, like 1 finger, get you right where you need to be, right? Like this one here was about 2 finger there. You feel me? So like that's how you would place your V-neck shirts, your V-neck logos. Okay, and I'm still using my Teflon sheet just to cover it and also get that texture on my graphic that I like from the Teflon sheet, right? So another thing, I'm gonna peel this off like that, get rid of that part. I'm gonna line this up. Like I say, I'm going about a half an inch from that point where the collars meet. And I'm still covering this up. Okay, it's an auto open Jodo heat press. Jodo 16 by 20 right here, auto open. And then we got the stalls A to Z. Shout out to my Canon Pro 300 printer, man. This printer is a workhorse. It's been printing for 2 days non-stop. Like, my HP broke on me, and that Canon, which was bought just for photography, printing photos and canvases and all that. But it worked for t-shirts, and I've been loving it. So here it is, fresh off the press. I'm show y'all the placement there. See that I'm only like an inch off of the neckline there. Like 1 finger, yo. You mean anything else, it'll be too far down. I love when I get closer and closer to the end. The 2 things that you gotta worry about when I don't know if it's just me, y'all, but a lot of times, I hope not to jinx myself right now, right? When you're almost there, like when I'm almost there, I ain't gonna say we because some of y'all might be perfect. When I'm almost there, that's when I mess up. Like, I got maybe about 20 more shirts to do, right? It's like when you get to the last one, it's like, oh my God, I messed up. Okay, so I'm gonna make sure I don't mess up on these last couple shirts here, because it happens a lot. Go ahead. What's up, media? Yes. Jose the brand. I gotta keep looking because unlike that I'm turned this way, I can't see the window. When I get close to the end, things always happen. Exactly, internet. It always. It's like, come on. Like yesterday too, right? If you it was on yesterday's live show, I was just talking about how the transfers, if you don't put the Teflon on good enough, the transfer is gonna flip over, right? And then what happened? Not this one here. Ooh, I'm gonna show y'all two mess ups. There's like 5 shirts from yesterday's job that's messed up. Oh, matter of fact, we did do some of these yesterday. This was what we did on the live show. So yesterday, remember, I was talking junk, and then right when I picked up the press, that happened. It was almost done too, right? With yesterday's batch. And then another thing here that you should know not to do. So this right here, you do not want to mistakenly or purposely cover this with butcher paper. Don't do it. Don't do it. This is what happened, y'all. I don't know if I was experimenting or I couldn't find my Teflon or something. I don't know. But either way, now I know not to do this. Do not use butcher paper to cover the 3G before you press it, because it sticks to it. It sticks to it. You know, it'll come off if you go ahead and wash it because it's just paper, right? But we lost a shirt that way. So be mindful. Use these non-stick Teflon papers. All right, or if you can get non-stick parchment paper, that's what you want to use to cover that. All right, so go ahead, smash the like button one time for me, y'all. We got about 15, 14 of y'all right now. We should have about 14 likes on this video. I would appreciate it. It helps out a lot with the YouTube algorithm and all that fancy stuff that happens in the background. So today, I want to talk a little bit about, appreciate y'all for smashing the like button. Also subscribe if it's your first time. And if it's your first time, go ahead, let me know in the comments if it's your first live. Just type in first live. And if you got a question for me, go ahead at Erastus, okay? So at Garment Creations or at Erastus, or at Garment Creations, so I know that question is for me. All right? If you got a question, just at me, and then I'll be able to see that. All right, so today what I want to talk about, right, it's the value behind having more than one piece of equipment, right? And I say that because I know we all starting at different levels. I appreciate everybody for already starting, but you need to have some redundancy in the equipments that you have, the equipments that you use a lot. The equipment's that if it breaks down and you don't have another one, you'll be stuck. Like, so let's say, take for example, right, my printer. There's literally, oh my God, there's 4 printers in this building. 3 of them are down, not working, dead. The one that I've been working with for years, since like forever, the HP 8710, recently just gave up yesterday right when I got this big job. And I'm thinking like, damn, what am I supposed to do? I got to go buy a new printer now. And then, so luckily I had another printer that was used for another part of the business, right? So then I was able to figure out how to then print out my transfers. Let's say if I didn't have another printer, I'll be sitting here stressing out, waiting for Amazon to send me a printer or going to Office Max to give me a printer. You feel me? And then you lose the profit in the business and all. So all these equipments here has already been paid for from another business. Like, not another business, another job a while ago. Like, I mean, everything has already been paid for in here. So the fact that I'm using old equipment that's already 100% paid for to do recent jobs, like current jobs, that's almost like profit. That's like everything that I do now is profit, right? But if I didn't have that printer, I would have lost most of the profit because I had to go and buy a printer. You know, so you want to have more than one thing. Heat press. Come on. Yes, I know most of us only have one heat press. That's if you can even find heat presses these days, right? But let's just say, man, you're in the midst of his job. I see people all the time. Oh my God, my heat press is not heating up. My heat press doesn't turn on. Sheesh. This is my key weapon. Like this is my. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those are my tools. So if I only go with one screwdriver and I drop that screwdriver, I'm on the light pole, I'm all the way up top on the ladder. I drop that screwdriver, I gotta come all the way down, look for that screwdriver. Maybe it fell in the puddle, maybe it going down the drain. But if I had another screwdriver in my pocket, I can still go ahead and do the job. All right, so it's important to have more than one. So right now, maybe you only got that one. You started off. I appreciate you for starting. But now save that money. You know, start creating content. Start doing things that companies might see you and then want to send you something, right? That's how some of these equipments got here. Not the store stuff, though. Not the store stuff. Shout out to people like Heat Transfer Warehouse. Okay, my man Kurt over there and his team was able to send us stuff, right? And it's just in return of like reviewing the thing and then creating content for it. That's how you can get some equipments. Okay? So if you create good content and your content vibes with some companies, what their values are, they might reach out to you. Next thing you know, you got a house full of heat presses, right? So shout out to those companies that are watching, that are listening. I might need another heat press. I might need a wallow press, man. Frankie keep asking me about a wallow press. Hey, heat transfer, you're listening to this? Let's get a wallow press in here. Because all these new wallow presses going around, he ain't got one yet. Because I don't know if I got space. So you're right, I need a bigger heat press. Yes, you do need a big heat press sometimes. I was going to do a video on this, right? There's the levels to graduating your heat presses or upgrading your heat presses. Everybody should have a 15 by 15 to start. At least, like at a minimum. 15 by 15 is good. Go ahead, 18 of y'all in here. We're halfway there with the smash thumbs up. Go ahead, smash the thumbs up button one time for me. I like to see enough viewers that matches the thumbs up. So I know everybody that watching, hit that thumbs up one time for me. All right, so now, after this, you want to graduate now either the 16 by 20 or the 16 by 24. For me, I started backwards. I started with a 16 by 24 Amazon press. Like, I think it was like 172 at that time. This whole thing started with that. Ran that for about 6 years until I got this very auto open. At one point, it was like my dream press that Heat Transfer Warehouse sent me because I'm like, dang, it's auto open. Okay, so then we was able to get rid of the old one. So gradually we grew. Let me know in the comments what heat press are you using? Okay, I'm interested to know what size heat press are you using and what company is it from. So then we went ahead and we grabbed the big heat press when we started messing with the all over print sublimation. Okay, so now that heat press is way back there. It's almost never get touched nowadays, but it's there. It's a 30 by 40. I can do up to like X large, 2X shirts, all over print, big blankets. But if all of these was to not work, I still got that one back there. You know, like you gotta have that redundancy in your equipment. Okay, I see Hydronic Fusion. All right, I actually just opened up my very first box of Hydronic Fusion heat press, which is a 16 by 20 auto open. And like I said, it's in a secret location. The secret location is still in the works, y'all. So it's going to be a secret location until we reveal the secret location. Shout out to me for keeping my secrets. Have an A to Z. I love this A to Z, yo. This A to Z press. Right now I'm slacking, y'all. This is me slacking right now. Because I could still be pressing. Hey, Laura. What is it, Laura? Huh, it's not Lauren. Lori. Dang. Rochelle, how are you? Russell, Rochelle. I'm bad with names. I can't even read. I can't pronounce sometimes. So I appreciate you for jumping in. I want to try it. Lord, I don't know how to say it. I wish somebody could say it for me. I don't know how to say that name. Jesse has a Hectronic auto open. We got more Hectronic. We got a Fancy Studio. Fancy Studio is a good place to start. Fancy Studio it's probably the same company. Fancy Studio has not replaced, but they're more popular now than those power presses, right? The press that I started was a power press. I don't even know if those companies still around, but now I see a lot of people with the Fancy Studio presses, so you just need to have multiple heat presses, man, or go big from the beginning if you can, because to do a lot of different things, especially in the sublimation world, you need a big heat press, right? Let's say you're doing what I did this morning, some silky socks, right? And damn, I wish I could show y'all the socks I did this morning. It's on my feet right now. It's super dope. It was super dope, but it says blessed and highly favored. But check out my Instagram. You'll be able to see it. But I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, I forgot what I was saying. But we was talking about heat presses. Get more than one. Said I have to resume my classes from way back. You can still log in and do your classes on Thinkific. Just go to courses.garmentcreations.com. So what about embroidery? Do you do that? We have so right now, currently, we're not doing embroidery in-house. But also right now, currently, we're also getting set up to do embroidery in-house. Secret location. All right, so every time I do a sidebar with the secret location, you will know it's a sidebar. So no, I don't do embroidery. I'm super, super, super anxious. I actually had a customer walked in here today. They come all around. They're like, no one around here is really doing embroidery. And I get the order and outsource it, but we're about to bring embroidery all in one. Trying to make sure we're not turning anybody down. So yeah, the guy that came in this morning he's looking for 40 hoodies. There's 2 spots, left chest and a lower hip right here. Mess around, that would be the first job. My glasses are so dirty. I think we're almost there, y'all. We're almost there. Almost there. Almost there. The crazy thing, yo, I think I would have been done now, but I ran out of photo black ink this morning, so I had to wait for the place to open at 9:30. So I sat for about 2 hours waiting for them to open. So I think I would have been good by now. I wish they were built like printers where, it has the 2 blacks, right? Matte black and photo black. That if, like, it can automatically switch somehow. That would be dope. It's my mechanic. He needs to come change my oil. Hey, what's up, Leroy? Wow. Sorry to hear that. Okay. Wow. How you feeling now? You back to work? All right, so I still need an oil change. And then my wife's car started acting goofy this morning. It wouldn't start. And then it's actually the second time it's happened. We're thinking it's like the battery. Thinking it was the remote, but the remote didn't flash on the screen or the key. That's those auto push to start nonsense. But I think, yeah, you need to check it out if you can. Okay. Okay. All right. So if you want to get it right. Get the sticker on there. I don't know. It depends how big. I usually don't wrap like the whole thing now. We can only probably do the decals like we did it for your other car. But not on the magnet though. We can actually put it on the trailer. Yeah, we have to look at it and see. I don't do the wraps now. What time is it here? So right now it's 1:40. But all right, Leroy, come. When can you see me? I need the oil change if anything. It's been like a week. I can do tomorrow morning. All right. Yeah, I'll call you tomorrow when I get in the shop. All right. He's ready to just keep talking. I ain't got time to just keep talking, bro. I just need you to come change my oil. My mechanic, he a mobile boy, so he just jump in his vehicle and come anywhere and do what he needs to do, which I like, cause I'm in here all goddamn day. I ain't got time to take the car and not have a car, right? So while I'm in here, he can be outside doing what he needs to do. So it's early here, only 7. So where are you at? Is it Michaela? Michaela? Yeah, Frank. I miss doing live every day, Frankie, but it's so much. There's a lot going on now to have that, like all that time to do a live every day. That's an excuse. That's an excuse. I apologize. I just gave an excuse. But I'm trying to get back to it, okay? There's 2 days in a row. Shout out to me, pat on the back, 2 days in a row. But if it was a set time, it would be hard to have a set time for me to do lives anymore because things are just off the cuff, right? And I don't want to jump on a live and not have actual content. I have to go to the hall. I have to run to the hall. I ain't gonna help this guy with these chairs, yo. Shit. All right. You're in Hawaii. Oh man. 7 o'clock there. Wow. I'm sorry. I think what you need to do now is to move to Pennsylvania. Then you can always catch my lives. You can be here with me in the lives. It's like, no. It's like, no. Just kidding. So again, I'm showing y'all the trick of separating this, right? The back end to the front, right? I just grab my weeding tool and I'm just gonna pinch a little bit right here, right at the corner. Just grab a pinch. Try not to poke my hand. I just grab a little bit just to lift it up a little bit. Then I'm gonna pull out. Yes, it does leave a hole, but that hole is gonna get pressed and then it close up. So now it's separated. It's tough to do this right. Like you need to do this ahead of time. Because if you do this right when you got the heat press, like under the heat press, that's when it doesn't go right. So usually I just do this before, just to speed up my time here. Dang. Okay, then I fold the paper in half with a little pinch here just to get my center mark. So I don't want this thing to be crooked, man. And then I close it up. And And closing it up is where we gotta be careful. You don't want the paper to fold over without you paying attention. Then you press it down, boom, you got a messed up shirt. So pay attention. Just like that, you're good. Same position, about 1/2 inch to 1 inch from that neckline on your V-neck. On your round crew necks, it's 3 to 4 inches. Sometimes this printer sounds like it's jamming, but it's actually not. It's like when it gets to the end of the paper, it starts to like crumble, but it never crumbles. It just sounds like it is, but it don't. If that makes sense. So every time I hear it, I look over, thinking my paper is getting jammed. So after this order, right, we'll be done with this one. And then the order we did yesterday, when they came to pick it up, they realized that they only got black shirts, so they added 50 more. They got white shirts, so they added 50 more black shirts. So right after this one, we got to get 50 more. Oh, snap. Before that, I got to actually place the order before 5 o'clock. So I can get it tomorrow and then be able to get it to them by Saturday. But they don't need it until next Saturday, so I may not rush that one. But we'll place the order anyways, get it done, get it out the way. Use that time to do something else next time. But I think I'm gonna have to run now because he said 2 o'clock, but he will call on his way. Damn, I gotta head out. Got to head out. So what is this? What kind of paper? So the paper I'm using is the Nano 3G Opaque. It's for your dark. I use it for dark and light garments. Clarity I'm using on the light garment, but it's really for dark. And they don't want you to use the other one that's for white. I don't use the white. The paper that's for the white, the light garments, I don't use it because it leaves this nasty yellow box. So I actually have a bunch of them here that's been sitting around for years. I don't use it. I learned not to use it. I think I can do all of these. I can do 1, 2. I'm gonna do these 3 before I go. Because I gotta run and let somebody in the hall for an event on Saturday. Already, like I said, I like the shirts. I like the feel of these shirts. I don't know if it's anything you can find where you're at. These came from New York, and I like the quality. It's nice and thick. Hey, Joan. See that? Make sure your setup is right too, y'all. Like, you see, I'm just taking, everything's happening right here within arm reach. I like this arm reach stuff, y'all, because I started this whole thing in a closet. So I'm used to like being like right here. Even though I got all this space here, you really don't need all this space, right? You just need to be like right here where you're saving time and you're not burning people's stuff like me. I mean, and this comes right off and it goes right here onto the table. And if you had like a folder person now, they would be grabbing that folding. Like everything needs to be within. I got this L-shaped setup right here. Heat presses, and then my table. Know what I mean? Yeah, so it's like I still work in the closet. Still working out the closet, you feel me? So what embroidery machines embroidery machine am I thinking about getting? So the embroidery machine that I will have access to is a red line. It's a red line. I forgot the model, but it's from the company Red Line. Because the machine is labeled Red Line. So yeah, that's the machine. It's a Red Line label. Red Line machine. Whoopie. I need to go. I need to go. Grab me something to eat. And so my goal here is to have these shirts ready by 5 o'clock. Because I actually told them that it would be ready tomorrow at 5 o'clock. So my goal is to over deliver them. So it's to make sure they get these shirts today at 5 o'clock. We're there. We're gonna hit it. We're about 3 hours away, and we got maybe about 20 more shirts to do. We're gonna make it. You gotta wow your people, man. Try your best to wow your customers. Under promise, over deliver. With everything. Under promise, over deliver. Because sometimes when we feel like, oh yeah, you got time, we tend to drag. I'm talking about me, right? I play around with time a lot. I work well under pressure, so I like to play with time. So, but then at a certain time, when you're already under pressure, you're already late with time, and then more orders are still coming in, it can get a little heavy. So try to give yourself some time to get the orders done, and then maybe have a day or two for mistakes or fixes. Oh, we're out of paper. I didn't realize we're out of paper in this thing. So another thing, right? When you buy this paper in the pack, it comes with this hard cardboard. And I like to keep this hard cardboard here for socks. Like I would cut this in half and make a sock jig, especially for like kid socks. This hard cardboard is gonna work good for that. So I got a stack of them down here. So I got a few of them here. All right, so it's the last large. Now all we have to do are the extra larges, which looks like 1, 2, 3, 4. 6 times 4 is 24. Got about maybe like 24 more pieces. So it was nice hanging in with y'all for a little bit. I will jump back on when I come back to finish this thing. For right now, I got to run up out of here. and let somebody in to drop some chairs at the event space. For tomorrow's event, what's tomorrow? Friday? Saturday's event. All right, I'm gonna leave all of this on. I'm gonna leave the heat press. I'm gonna leave all this stuff on because I want to come right back and jump into it. The printer will still be printing. Hopefully when I come back, my prints will be done. But every time I did that, when I come back, there is an issue. So the printer is not moving. So right now it's on a good thing. I hope there is no issue. We don't run out of paper. I just loaded it up and the ink's everything good. So by the time I come back, all my prints should be printed. Fingers crossed. Because that printer is so detailed, so it's so slow, you know. But appreciate y'all for jumping in on this afternoon show. If it was your first time here, make sure to subscribe. This is my call to go. Make sure to subscribe if it's your first time. And join the Facebook groups called Fire Up the Heat Press. All right? God bless you. Keep on keeping on. All right? I'm outie. Bye.